Menyansa po yetiawa. Weekend nyina ye controversy around the health of your vice president, Madam Professor Jane. Na mamene de ben de waben, oye a woman of a lot of firsts. First female vice chancellor or breaky glass ceiling normal e ma bebre o mo Ghana ha. Any wiase afana bebia who say it is possible to do. And Osaya the first female to rise to the level of presidential seat, vice president, are all getting closer. Or maybe maybe the president. I'm wishing for the day that a woman will ascend the throne of Ghana's presidency. I can't wait. Ewo Saddick no. And ye denyamia se say ne ho atono ana ne ho etono. Obi ani ho a ewo say ye te oman mu a ye wish evil because of politics. Never. But ade a ye yama kai ho. But the main topic around that, a topic that was raised by Papa Yefreno, Professor Ajimambedu Akosa. Eba ayarehwemu a ene sebi nipa ya ben wo man chichirimu a onimu pa. Oka kire say, why should African politicians travel in droves omududuom so omukosiki medical help abroad? Yembane. Nana mementi ase say adenti na yose yebane sa. Then ochiremu say anya ne sa yentumi nya quality medical service ewo ha because nipa na omo travel to seek medical care no. Eye omo responsibility to fix the ailing medical system. It is a topic that we need to discuss dispassionately and without sentiments. Say ye kasa ayarehwe ho nsema. This is the third time I make kasa asem we ewo dwumadi so. Yen discussing without emotions and political coloring. Na ye musa e ho say asem bi sa ehia. Some my politicians no yemfa ban ento omo so. In fact, let me first emphasize say Nigeria there, they have a legislation omo omra. I just say we a politician, you are banned from traveling to seek medical care abroad. Nipa no shemra no obuso be 50 times. Buhari time. Omo shemra say mo politician bia Buhari no shemra no. In 2017, 2018, out of 365 days or spending 175 days seeking medical care abroad. Into only 190 days, 365 minus 175, 90, 190 days, and what they president, they are kanyina a breach san hoyade. But washem bane, and just so. This topic is generally about African leaders. It has nothing to do with Professor Jane. But a situation in BM Nasakofaba because Professor Ajimambedu Akosa can't say no. Not the issue of Professor Jane, am I? But there are people in the present government omonso akasetia seeking medical care abroad. Na omu detest ya na omu call for say shemra. Abra no mu opposition. There are people in opposition now who had also said this. And I quite remember Professor Mills' time. When the MPP was also in opposition, almost so vehemently, almost criticize it. A chance obia ampe, but obia bedia by moi that oh you see the opportunity. Are we to allow our politicians to seek medical care abroad while yete an ailing medical center and a service muana? It's a question that we need to discuss, and everybody must have an opinion. You must have an opinion. Say, do you think that with the level of health services in Ghana, any medical situation, no, should we allow the people with the responsibility to fix it? Yama omuntu kwai. No more escape the problem. Na yen suffer na say yen bear the brunt of the poor medical system ana. Anasa yen select some ailment be a doctor beka se hadie yen tumi nsa yen kwama no ne nyina yen yentum se enru hadie na che se ye kase de kwama no ne a eye all the leaders in the West. Fane say, question na mi busa me ho preparing for this topic. And me search wo ho ne say, every medical equipment we are si bi ebetuma si ship mana meboa. Me who medical equipment because ship na ede niema ba no. Ebi so chen hospital nyina. Ana meboa. Enti there is not a single medical equipment we are say. Ti say CT scan ana akese plant. Yeah, we are see na ye decide de no. Menya sure say bia ni ho a udi si ship mu enko. Ebeba. Enti se yakase pe medical equipment bia to a. Ye betime nya bibi di asim. Se entumi nko ship mu enko adu premu dia na yakase e wa brochi esondodo enti je se ho ne ye beko. Because one, in 2001, there were 52 African countries, some leaders, some kushiai. World Health Organization form almost sign krata, and they said, say, they are going to abide all the 52 countries, you know. Abrafone say, adie here we are see healthcare to the omono. Uyi war any anyama US money Iran mo abia mo de nuclear weapons no much attention wo because of fixing health problems in this basically. Adie here omo pa health. Enti se broni bi be yare wo ha. Na afidie bi sane ade wo Ghana na ebi ni ni krom na oye Germany for leader. De obeye ne say obeto sa afidie ni bi wo Germany ho. Ananya logic no. Se broni bi oye president wo Germany oba Ghana obe yare. Afidie bi no mo di see ne so within 20 minutes na clear yade na free ho. Osi hey afidie be ni omo so Ghana ye mampanyi na ekoto bai na ade we no wakoma bow say na esi so ehu ba bia wo na ayusu radioactive we no cry oduro no wondom eye nuclear nti ye di si wakoma ne so a na clear yade na free ho a detect osi hey no afre the health minister of Germany afidie bi amahu wa Ghana ye wo bi omo se papa ye ni bi eye sai muntobi sa na obeka. Na African leaders no say omukọ West no ko sa omu ho yade a ade na omukọ hu no ya omuto bi ba ha na hospital no omukọ hu no because one of the politicians told me when I was preparing for this in fact some of the hospitals they visit ewo abrechie no community hospitals because they cannot pay for the top hospitals no nti omukọ community hospitals MP4 omu okrom ha no. They don't have that money to go to top hospitals in the UK. Enti a community ba o remua. Onim say your radioactive equipment. Your niema ye nuclear. Say aduro bi o ha ye nom. Cancer treatment no ye nom. Ye de afidie siu so na clear e wo system mu ye radioactive nuclear system na aba. Ye wo bia na okono okohu a ohu afidie na esiwa ebetimi akọ shape mu. Se ebekọ ship mu a odwe ne manfo ho se ade we ebekọ ship mu a mabesa me ho yade wo ha no de ma me nkoye budget 2001 asema meka no African president ni nyina age tumu se 52 of them this is the research broken World Health Organization omo ko committee more than 15% of their national budget to health because sana West for no moye no enti na mamu dwane ko ho no yese babia wajapade wo na ho na wakoma wo enti baby a wusuo no ho na ka wo fixe enti World Organization say Africa spend sika say omo travel akwa abrochi akwa say omo ho yade enti saa sika na mo de kono mo budget na mo be ya na fibia no mo 15% enko health an African president 52 omo je tum 2001 by 2017 only 4 countries and amity half of the standard normal setting, you know. And these countries are Rwanda, omuna ye top. Rwanda ne abide but your World Health Organization report on African medical system by 2001 nomuko meeting 52 countries signed by 2017. Not only Rwanda and atope. Tanzania second, Botswana third, Zambia fourth. Of the 52 countries, Ghana a 29th. Budget allocation for health. Almost a brochi hono. Almost not Germany, UK, US, not less than 15% of the amount of money omo de ko budget no. akohoma sika no more than 15% and they call health because they know. Enti momo ko akwase omo yade na omo sesa mo ye mutimi bo moden na mutimi de mo budget ne sika we komu de a mo nso mo mahabiem enti mo nko na mo nkofa mo budget no 15% and 10 and share health. Rwanda ene ye and omo na achieve the highest insurance, health insurance. Omo mamu ho no the whole of Africa. Omo na number 1 on the continent by 2017-2018. Enti Ghana ye den. Medical tourism. Sa no mo frɛ no. Eya amai bebre the current government, integral members of the current government are criticize say ye tu kwa monone. The enwanwa wo mu ne say for MPP and this is na ton chen. Some of them go to the extent say okoye check up. Na mumu eya na yetua for the check up. And the report cited broken.com say the Ama Africa leaders here say there is no responsibility because they can escape the problem. A ban part no a fruit plane. A bisinity and ya muhu. MPB waji live or quiet check up. A fidia de check up on a binia. Na obe fruit plane. One African president. Or you close to home. Or call the medical check up no. Muntie ni yo. Ne say Africa. Your leaders no and your wickedness. Listen to this carefully. All choir medical check-up no. 15% sika no spending and play no mo package or mo dey na check-up no. 7% of the national health budget. Sika wadi awura mu si emfanko health no. Ono kosa ne ho yade wa bruchi no. Sa sika no ye 7% of the say over 7 years or shana ho yade wa bruchi. Na in the report 366,000 pounds na lupre no package yes o sa ne ho yade no kwa lupre no kwa 366,000 pounds. Eno no wo hwa ne budget no mu a even the plane nko ode koye no 0.7% of national health budget. Sika ye de besa o man no ho yemfa nsisi asopete yemfa ma doctor for yemfa ntoto mfidie no mampanyin ne kwasa ne ho yade adupre na wa pake aso engine asi so na ye hwe no eno nko ye 0.7% of the country's health budget. Nti oba o pese o fixe no on pese o be fixe because obenya baabi asa ne ho yade. And they were indicating, say, 2 hospitals on the continent, Lagos State Teaching Hospital and Kolebu Teaching Hospital. This problem is prevalent in sub-Saharan Africa. Because North Africa, on time, Morocco, Egypt, are one of the best in terms of health in Africa. Then South Africa, Tunisia. Edi Agintia, Steve Biko Hospital, South Africa, are ranked as one of the top 3. And the leaders no mo Steve Biko. They know. Say omo de omo ni akire India because India for so no mo so tu kwan sa no mo hu say yen invest in medicine. And I must say Africa for no say one affordable. Nti leaders ne ko. Can you imagine say Robert Mugabe or spending nearly 21 years of his reign as the president of Zimbabwe seeking eye care? I was Singapore. Okoshane 21 years no. Oko Singapore mo na what the best eye clinic to him. E ho no ko wuye no. Na wantumi ansi eye hospital, eye clinic no. Wansi bi wo Zimbabwe ho. Within those years no. E kan na no oko Singapore. Oko hwe nani 21 years of flying to Singapore to seek medical care. Wantumi ansi sa state of the art eye hospital ni bi wo Zimbabwe ho. But e ho no ko wuye. Umaru Musa Yaradua, Umar Bongo of Gabon, Michael Sata of Zambia, and the list goes on. Yaman penny for muko siki medical care, but yes, omonfa 10% to 15% of the country nisikano, and share health service, almost a debi. Omobedi so they can get the privilege of traveling at the expense of the taxpayer to seek medical care. Odie, obi okrom ha. Oye sikani no okosa ne ho yade no ye private person obi amfa ho omobo obi abosia ono na anya ne sika Yes, unya usika baby open na udidie. But yes say obema omo akohoma ofie no. Odidi abonte no omo akohoma ofie because onkobo akohoma no ewo ho. Ye leaders no mebo akohoma wo ha ne ye hospital papa because our opportunity to travel na ye tua na mom ye na ye tua nko onhu ye mobo say plane ticket ye nya bi enti nko onya papa wo ha maye eno ne ye problem no. Africa spent $6 billion in medical tourism. $6 billion. Theconversation.com. You can check that. $6 billion in medical tourism. Yen leaders so ya bo mo ho ka 6 billion so mo nkosho mo ho ya de e wa manone. Na omukọ a ya tua. Yen so ya yare a amambi kode are ebi ni ho. Gloves ebi ni ho. Ye wo region bi wo Ghana ha. Omuni ventilator. I wo hospital ebi ni ho ventilator COVID by no. You heard it. But ye wo leader obetimi atena play mu $30,000. Okosha ne ho yade e wo brochire okoye check up. Me say this is not a matter of MPP NDC. Say amayadwen amafie say document omoko sign said they will invest more than 10% to 15% of the national budget in health. Rwanda, Botswana, and Ediswo no. Ghana ye langi behind no. Ye language or bottom. Our health sector. Enye ye doctor for no na anymore dear. Because the UK have clarified and emphasized say 1 out of every 10 doctors our UK are African. If you want to check, ebi obeka say doctor for ne nya de there be omuni omune ko school with Cuba. Ghana doctor for omu call Russia. Omuni abrofu ya na ekom. Enti 1 out of 10 doctors our UK are African. 1 out of 10. How many UK doctors know her? Just say a doctor for ne highly qualified. Some of the politicians have admitted to me, confess, say omu ko abrochi na African doctors na hwe. The only difference is the equipment, logistics, and machinery. Now, no one hospital now South Africa, Civico. South Africa for a nuclear, CBB, the nuclear hospital. Yadiana yes, and he say ye numa droguna bunsu oguso no 1 minute 3 abom no. Adro ebi tisa kotomwa Civico hospital. This is a hospital. Mo share with TV and Facebook no. One of the best hospitals in Africa. Now they say machine na omodi aba nuclear plant na omodi aba no. Cancer na ayewa. Ye numa duro biem. Ominimu ya o ya yemfa homa panie ntwa ho biem. Ade ne si umene ne so ana ayi ade na firi ho. Eye radioactive. Eye nuclear. Omadru sro ase. Leader no na adwemu na ka no a. Ye de afidie ne nam na adwene ho a na ayusu census na ayi ade na firi na adwem. Yenko twa oba bia nuclear machine ena omaye Ghana haye obi ana enti sa difference no doctor ni no operate no ya Africa ni wakosua otimi ye akasa afidie ne beba ha na se Land Cruiser Prado 300 timi si shape mu ba dia ada na sa nuclear machine entumi ma ha na obetena play mu akoho no na nka aye wo ha because eniema na omokosa omho yade webri no na wote ha pa say Germany for omo president na ba Ghana na obesa ne ho yade what be da omo yare wo ha omo ambassadors no omo yare a pa na omo ko they know omo bia betu kwan ko ba bia kosa ne ho yade me say once a while yen discuss this topic say sikana ye spend de ma ye mpanyimfo wo hwe ye judges enye president ne vice president nko a o ye judges article 71 for no omo parliament say osha na osha benefit Ghana for the mo say ayarisha bia mo pe owiase bia de be ma mo nkoda mo nkoje na ya bo mo hoka one day mumusa empanyimfo no say yemfa the budget of year spending on empanyimfo no abroad yemfa metu dwa na obehu na wo de ato ye national budget for health ho ho no ne ye bebo dam me say one day ye musa say judges a omuo krom ha article 71 for omuo krom ha ye mpanyimfo a Yese omu ye CEO for oyare a obetime de oman ni sika akohwa ne ho yade wa brochire yenka sa sika ne mom na yemusa omo se yemfa ntoto ye national budget on health ne yen compare ye pese ya adwemu bie ne edidi nkomo a fa MPP NDC ne to nkyɛn na yare abo wo ne a ema ye hospitals nyina ye tan enti se ye constate ne say ye politicians ne mo ntu kwan enkwa amano ne nkosa omo ho yade a say your musika no mo de kwa nobody cares. But at least ye timamufo no ya sign krata say wo de ometima akohwe mo ho but ye basic kakra de mo provide maye no eno na ye problem no. One of the doctors in Nigeria ne suggestion is say nana yemfa 5-year ban ento omoso. Now if there is a 5-year ban unim say the man Africa countries be CC hospital ya COVID because there was a ban on flying. Enti afede obi as chale yenye wo chese bibia ansia yenye hospital Kolebu yesi ani Lagos State Hospital na the foremost hospitals in sub-Saharan Africa abra yesi no what is that Kolebu one of the oldest hospitals in Africa if not the oldest Kolebu yesi Kolebu no na hospitals papa bebre teaching hospitals in Africa yetiti nipa ne yesan machines gum na ebi ni ha. And now Kolebu na ujina hona osha udo nsagu bu no obusa say is this Ghana's biggest referral hospital? Into this conversation, yen have it. Yen for statistics and to hon say, how much do you spend as our leaders traveling abroad to seek medical care? How much do you invest in the health system, your budget, for the benefit of the poor people, the ordinary people? Only visa. Oni passport mpo ene yede na tukwan enti nka ne ho kano a okone district hospital at least eniama ye basic de ebi ho emfidie ya yede hwehwe nipa adwenem yede ye ya yempanyimfo so omoko na nka o mind de ya to aba ma wo ye member of parliament wo hwa constituency nipa 300,000 200,000 ete ho uti paiwa wo se ukoye check up UK doctor ni akohu no wo ya Africa di afidie na okoto ye no ye de ship mu ba yeye watu ya sika ahwe wo ho agya afidie ne ho aba se nipa na wo ni omote ha ne de a omato aba ma o se ma omo sa benefit ni bi no you don't care about them enti enema hu se MPP for so ka and Professor Jane NDC for can say the discussion is not about that. The discussion is about say we are all kono Ghana for born ho kasɛn ɛkasɛn ne boy yen time ɛwɔ ayarehwɛ ho na saa ne ma no ne yebetimi de aye bi wɔ ha na ɛne anye amampanyi omoba ne sɛn na etimi si hospital wie sɛ yɛ prioritize sɛ yensi enkramodan yentu amena yensi asɔre dan yɛ prioritize sɛ yenwe corrupt yɛma containers njira yɛnto fie 21 yɛnyɛ sei nemo me ho kame de a me nkwa asɔre da mu hɔ malfa play me kɔ abruchiri me ho kame a ɛnya nkramudan na masi apete na medwane akɔ hɔ me kɔ abruchiri na nipa na ɔmoto aba ma wo no busa ho sɛ ɔmo ni passport deɛ na wo yɛ aboa ɔmo na ma wo sa privilege ne benefit no. It is an African problem. Wo hwɛ paper yɛ da ha Commonwealth for say the amount of money that Africa spends. Yeah, account for 23% of a wiase. Yeah, wo wiase in Africa account for 23, but only 1% of your budget and eco health. It's time for that discussion. Ebia, it will not be today. Minimum amone Professor Ajimambadu Akosaya adwen. Say yemfa ban ento private people betimi akọ. By yemfa ban ento your politicians so say you cannot fly at the expense of the taxpayer. Say headache. Ukutu headache. Ewa bruchiri. Brakolebu. Na uba na ube hundi ewa hwa. Ube buwa miyasa. Una oya budget. You can imagine say o former finance minister. On the prepare budget. On the trebe biya sike biya anko. O former finance minister. Otie bruchiri. Esa ne ho yade. Because emfidie na yade besa yade ne bi ni ha. But Dr. Ford ye bi ha. And they have to improvise. Your nurse for a bomb modern, but they have to improvise with enema enye. We enya tim didie. Ghana for trans ni enwe ho say. Enye MPP NDC. Do we want a law to ban our politicians from traveling, especially for certain ailments? Yentimi for medical condition and to abontin because of confidentiality. But satima mufoni ni ayareshe papa. Na say politicians ikroya timi koboka 1 billion. So mo de say omo ho yade. Oh, ade anyway, me pesa me bo sa ade we so na me ba so na. Almost say the amount of money I are spending every year, no, African leaders are spending, no, it means 10 hospitals in each country.
All the Africa, 52 countries now, Africa.
No, each country. Sika omo ewo omo politicians taxpayers money a call for medical tourism. We spend 6 billion, all the African leaders, Sub-Sahara, 6 billion per the research, 1 billion for some countries. Dollars. It can build 10 hospitals. But ono mbezi obewu. At the end of the day, so sha. Omo ko wa. Eye den ya obewu. Ewu de nyina ebewu.
Ye nyina ebewu. Na etole bi nso a ewuto ho eku nipa e ka ne chintem. Woma ade ahye nipa. Wodru condition bi anka wo mmobo ose nyina na e kan kransensem no. Na fe ye adweme ho. No ma nipa no afro no. Professor Juma Bedu nyame sha ne so de san hye na ba. Because said better late than never. Yes, Abba. Saka cho set say Abba emi no ye kabi. You can yen fo so. Oba oni pa bia pe ayare papa quality healthcare na say delivery e ma no.
The most important thing.
Ehia pa ene etie wo bia nya so akọhwe no de ya obekọ. Na emom no yes e wo me ene ewe nya de kro. Sa woto na so anya sika. Na ka so obekọ brucha akọhwe ho yade se mpo bore na etu na ho na abekọ wuti ho na ho aye ka na ho na abekọ a obi anu ni asem ye constitution no ehye yen o mampani oyare anana bedi ekire eyare a ye ti committee a Supreme Court impanif judges akasifo eteso ama pa nipa bi every parliamentary council of state for ka ho say yen investigation e for mampani yade ho say bia no mpo no in condition say bia de wo kwam no betu aye adwuma bio so o mampani anaso wontumi anya adwuma bio so o mampani ana so na yo mampani tin ye hwe na pomuden yenka edu ba bia aburu yen so a yenfa no kọ amanane enkohwe ne yare e constitution num wanka say MP constitution anka minister campus oni menka so bia kokohwe ababa yenfa ne sa ebi e wo so che bi na san na abaye efre wo Ghana ha so obi ayare a na ye Ghana fo esika ba wo huri no okwa amanane akosa no yade na nse yewura speaker of parliament Babin Okoduba impre no nya no so kohwe nani ani ade sa ekoso kanoforiata ye fa so wo free so nti akwa bi so obeka so no ani sika na nso no wono pori de na mfata because so to say oswafo his kasemso am no mo dwu atwe paye hyehyɛ papa kanya ne so onam baabi am ho pe ayarehwe no ufri so awoska na nso sika no mpo no ye beka so man no tumi ebusa questions.
But why don't you believe in your national health system? That's the question we have.
Why
don't you believe? Because research in the say it's not the doctors. Because 1 out of 10 doctors in UK is an African.
Almost kodjuma abodjuma ho che bibia ma enya sem ketwa na emom no wo mo ahwe ame enya equipment papa wo ma ahwe me enya materials ebetu aboma yenya sa quality healthcare na ye pe no enti so mo do mo yare a wo ma dwumbo no mo tira ha ebu wo ma ne tantantanti wo mo so abekoya doctor fo ho na wo mo epe baby pa akohwe ho yade nyese yenyi ye medical student ni ye dwamu di papa o ma bomoden na emom no se bi ye fa kutuku hu enkum owiyo enti doctor na bensen na se equipment ni ho na nsen ye gi confirmatory teaching hospital ensuo enti surgery na do operation so majai
ensuo enko hospital ho
e ma nti o majai
surgery
operation sie
but nipa omu sa process no ye se nyame na age o nkwa ensuo
nyame na age
the biggest second biggest hospital e wo Ghana ye nyina ye read story no ensuo nkọ konfo anoche
na obade na misu ni se enya machine ya kase betu de si ayi ma ban bi o e ensuo keke empa me ewu hwe aboa ye boye ho asoman ne ye boka e de kohwe ho yade a ha dwen yade ne emfasa no mani nyina emma ye wo conditions bi a oba ne ye ne be ka tore bi a ne doctor for no so bi duebo enu mporo enye orthodox doctors no me yare ena me ko se me ko check enoma bi o se won yare kra tore bi o se ko check o be check BP be check pressure no ho prostate ni ade me ko herbal doctor ba ko ho me ginidi o hwe mi wie edi twu su sa ko foforo ye se so open schedule too eno am be hwe nyina no we problem ha ye je say na say me ka no ntim na che se ko from dada ba ko na anya ni ye ana se o pa bibia ye nti ento amu de ye betu de ache won by orthodox medical hospitals na doctors o ma be
mana the problem is that check up ya ukoye the enti our politicians na ekọ abruchi ni se machine no esi ho e won anim ade na ha no onim se within 2 hours ebe yi di nyina aba ehọ no ya nkofa duro mane mmene
dabi
ya di nuclear ena ehwe no eno so ya community hospital bi o California ebia wo Texas ebia wo Bronx ebia wo Brooklyn
enyo mo referral ayipo akase no
community hospital uwia na Ghana fo atua enti se ensuo mma wo konfo anoche a e should be a national enti na make say we have to start from the convention o moko sign wo 2001 say abrofo no be share ye World Health Organization for be share ye say momo leaders we no because you can travel abroad and seek medical care no one neglect the core business of managing health in your country into obi anko mo fa 10% of your national budget no mo fa anko health eno na ama Germany for akosro amoko ho no eno na ama Singapore for akosro amoko ho eno na ama UK for akosro amodwane ko ho no mo fa sika anko ho omo ba ye no after 17-18 years Rwanda and a meeting a portion of the target followed by Botswana and Tanzania and Zambia Ghana enim
na yetwidi ye ho abrama ayasa kakra na ha no obi hu because wanyam pa na so
bed
empa keke empa o enye do na de ma no eye empa woda so ye na ye de obi atia akonwa miama ko hu bi ye de nsuo si ni so no tia akonwam
but can you imagine say we a politician now all fly to a brochure to seek medical health we say topic be say ne kan din because yan man for no yan tin semase ye be politicizing MPP NDC ye be politicizing no
eno ya dwen wo fom ntra be kakra because with education by and by Ghana for be say nye MPP NDC de ye wure ya ka bedu akosa akan ye ntwese ko bi meka kire ye fa ban no to so because abaya ni so betumi editete hu se wodo anu ani sika na ekwa na so o man sika
there be or your politician ko
o man sika
yes of course
so enchi so anu ani sika mpone fa ban so to omo so 5 years 5 years yenye de ye woni pa bi anko hia me amdim ko kromoti ko to ama no wu mume nkwa me dem wu anya hwe na o de omo ko so se ekoso mo omo kwa o se ekoso mo eso mo ko sisi yen ehu hia se me se emra ne kire se enkoman pani na be de kire nko a ena constitutionally se bia na omadwuma mu ye ntino ebe ha dwan yefo omonko wo bia nka ho bio minim cross Supreme Court Chief Justice kraka ho
samra ne kwa wo ho no
o se he ho asamka
samra na wo ho no nti we sure say abrochi country be president beti asesa
there be
because health no eba winim tama obi nti ade nti na abrochi na okohwe wa bra obeti nti na mebusa say afidie na ye de because how ya de wo Saudi Arabia no ye de ship mu a ebeba ha entimi ma enkom
ebeba manabro so
nti ade na prevent wo say wo qualified health expert omuko school abrochi ni bi na omode ba wo nurses wo nipa ombetima manage sa machines no de aka ne se wo beto abehye de budget be ko ho se afidie ne be ko ship mu ni etimi kra Range Rover Land Cruiser ye kraka bia wo wiase enkonwa edi siesie ye dem ema ho ayefe ye to niema bia bi di besi manhye atena mu a eniema ya abrofo yi use a enu nti ye dwane ko ho no se edi ship ebeba emamrai
obanu se get scholarship medical school for no omu wi a emu 10% peneba
well ose
mama ye djuma wa bra oni akade
a 2011 report estimated that 9 African countries including Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya had lost 2.7 billion of their investment in healthcare professionals and now boss no nipa na ekotue ni omo no moma
no be dey
oma
ye de sika o enso ba akade ni ha
Well,
nti yɛbɛka sɛ bia wabɔ ana so ntumi nya deɛ ɔpɛ so ɔyɛ no na ɛno nti ɔba ɛbɛba nso bebree na bɛyɛ private hospitals.
In the interim, yɛntumi nka sɛ yɛahyɛ mmara ɛnɛ, but deɛ ɛbɛka ne sɛ nsuo a ɛmma wɔ hospital, gloves, ventilators,
ne nipa wu ɛwɔ ho.
Saa nneɛma no deɛ ma mo mma bi nsi koraa because yɛama wo the biggest privilege sɛ wo deɛ wobɛtumi akɔ baabi akɔhwɛ wo ho na mmom yɛn a yɛnni passport no deɛ na woyɛ ama yɛ yɛama wo deɛ wobɛpɛ biara ɛnyɛ MPP NDC ɔmo nyinaa woba a obiara enjoy but ɔmo anya sika so enough ofiri power koraa ɔwɔ enough so ɔbɛkɔ akɔsa ne ho yadeɛ aden